What is going on right now? I can feel the energy, Southland. Right now, I want to see how much energy we have on my hair. So, on the count of three, I want you to make as much noise as possible. Ready? 1, 2, 3, make some noise! Good job, Najib, but not good enough, my friend, because I believe Fatima and I can get a bigger cheer out of our side of the stadium. So let's hear them make some noise now. Fatima, let's wind them up and tell them we want a big cheer on three. 1, 2, 3.
يلا نبغى نجمعكم نبغى اصواتكم اعلى نبغى تكون اعلى من اللي عندنا جو سوسن اوكي بقول 1 2 3 وصفوا مره واحده معي اوكي let's do this team 1 2 3
let's go let's see what Naj is doing. Yes indeed, but they did pretty good now, but I think we can make more noise over here. I think it's like ready. You gonna make a noise? All right, ladies and gentlemen, on the count of three. 1, 2, 3, make some noise! Thank you very much, congratulations also, ladies, good job. You might play a noise on their side. Let's go again, Fatima. Ladies, again, let's see what sort of noise we can get. Let's go! Make some noise, fans! Oh, ladies and gentlemen, come on right now. I need you to be with me right now. I need everybody. Everybody, Palmeiras. Everybody on the count of three. Make some noise. 1, 2, 3. 1. Keep it going. Let's get ready for the FIFA Club World Cup match between Palmeiras and Ahly. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Ahly! Oh, my friend, I'm Ahly! I can see what's going on! Are you ready? Egypt!
Welcome to the United Arab Emirates, but tonight Abu Dhabi is a sea of green and red as the fans of Palmeiras from Brazil and Ahly from Egypt try to outsing one another at the FIFA Club World Cup of 2022. A myriad of exciting things to do in the UAE, but we're in the Al Nahyan Stadium in Abu Dhabi this evening for the first semi-final of the competition between two clubs keen to book a place in Saturday's final against either the European champions Chelsea of England or Asia's best Al Hilal of Saudi Arabia. They go head-to-head tomorrow. Well, Palmeiras will be eager to atone for a disappointing debut in the tournament 12 months ago, when they failed to score a single goal in 2 games, one of them against Al Ahly, their opponents here this evening. And the Egyptians hoping to emulate the feats of TP Mazembe and Raja Casablanca, the only African contenders ever to reach the final of this competition, which became the Club World Cup back in 2000. Corinthians of Brazil prevailed then, but it's another Brazilian side that is here tonight, and it never ceases to astound the lengths that football fans will go to follow their teams. And there are plenty of supporters here from South America who've made that very, very long journey. Al Ahly, well, the journey not so long from Egypt. Disappointment aplenty though on Sunday as their side was beaten in Cameroon in the final of the Africa Cup of Nations on penalty kicks by Senegal. Congratulations to that African nation who won it for the first time. Pictures to be had from those lucky enough to be here in Al Nahyan this evening, the home of the famous Al Wahda Club, who have themselves competed in the FIFA Club World Cup many moons ago. It's in 2009 that we have matches here in the Club World Cup in Abu Dhabi for the very first time. Since then, quite a regular venue. And this stadium has also hosted matches in the Under-20 World Cup and the Asian Cup as well. As recently as 3 years ago, the Asian Cup, when Qatar were the surprise winners, and all eyes will be on Qatar, of course, in this FIFA World Cup finals year. But tonight, the eyes are on these two teams. Palmeiras, the green, they're known as El Verde. They're in the green, the dark green, and Al Ahly, well, they are famous for their red strip, the Red Devils they are known as. Palmeiras finishing 4th last year on their first appearance, really disappointing, eliminated by Tigres and then losing on penalty kicks to Al Ahly, who took 3rd place. Al Ahly already once successful here this year with a victory over Monterrey in this stadium by a single goal to nil. A goal scored rather unusually by their wide player Mohamed Henny. His first goal in 18 months. And only his 4th ever for the club. Doesn't matter who gets the goals, but one objective in mind for these two nations, these two teams this evening, and that is to book a place in Saturday's final. The fanfares blare around the stadium. The giant banners are being brought swiftly across the field of play. They stretch virtually the whole length of the field. And our referee this evening is from France, Clément Turpin, 39 years of age, a FIFA official since 2010, and he was one of those on duty in Russia at the FIFA World Cup of 2018. He also officiated in a Europa League final not too long ago. Palmeiras have made a reasonable start to the latest chapter in the Brazilian leagues. They're unbeaten in their first 3 games. Well, this is a very different matter, a very different competition, and very more prestigious in some ways as an international competition. A really beautiful playing surface to welcome the two teams, and we are almost In that position indeed. Here we go now as the players emerge from Palmeiras of Brazil, Al Ahly of Egypt. Welcome everybody to the Al Nahyan Stadium in Abu Dhabi in the latest chapter of the FIFA Club World Cup of 2022. The starting lineup for Al Ahly is interesting. Number 12, Ayman Ashraf, was an unused substitute in that final in Cameroon on Sunday. Hamdi Fati also came on as a substitute in that match. And one other player, El Sulia, has made the journey too from Cameroon to feature perhaps this evening. He's named on the substitute bench, as is Abdul Mamem, who gave away a penalty during the course of the 90 minutes and missed a penalty in the shootout. So let's hope he's recovered from that trauma. Palmeiras from São Paulo, very famous for their green strip. Winners of a record 15 Brazilian league titles. Al Ahly have won 27 more than that, 42 domestic competition victories for Al Ahly. But these are the Palmeiras players, hopefully got over any jet lag that they might have suffered. And raring to go. Always nervous moments for the players just prior to doing the business of the evening. Ali Maloul at the end of the line, the seasoned Tunisian international who had a fine first game in that victory over the Mexicans from Monterrey. Let's have a look at the two lineups then, and this is the Palmeiras. Weberton is back from international duty and in goal. Pirae is a recent signing, Uruguayan. Luan and Gomez, the regular centre-back partnership. Marcos Rocha, Zé Rafael and Danilo, all here last year. Danilo linked with a big move to Arsenal today, by the way, in the English Premier League. Gustavo Scarpa, Rafael Veiga, they were here last year as well. Dudu missed out through injury 12 months ago. Ronnie was very much a part of that side that wants to make up for the inadequacies of 12 months ago, and that is the way they will line up, 4-2-3-1. The referee, Clement Turpin, is supported by Cyril Gringor and Nicolas Danos from France, and Drew Fisher of Canada, the fourth official this evening. Official photograph, and here another one. Very much a feature these days, VAR, led by Willy Delajourde for France this evening. They may have some work to do in the truck. Technology is such a big part of modern day football. Well, how will Al Ahly line up? Not much change. Ali Lutfi is in goal again. Ayman Ashraf is the one who has just made the journey from Cameroon. The skipper normally is Rami Rabia. Yasser Ibrahim at the heart of the defence. Maloul plays down the left. El Sulia is also returning from Cameroon. Dieng had a fine game the other evening. Hani scored the goal. Afshar, well, he's a regular scorer for them. Taha Mohammed and Hussein El Shahat, who has scored in this competition for Al Ain 4 years ago. So, goalkeeper Ali Lutfi retains his place in goal. The coach, Abel Ferreira, still a young man and hoping at 43 to lead his side to a famous international success. Pizzo Mosimani, the 57-year-old, well, it's his third time at the Club World Cup. He also led Mamelodi Sundowns to this competition in Japan. You'll probably hear the countdown. It finishes after he goes one. Let's kick off. That's football, as they say in some parts of the world. A reminder, in case you needed it, that Al Ahly are in red shirts and black shorts. Palmeiras in the green shirts and the white shirts. And here is Malou, the Tunisian I was referring to. Very gifted player, frequent goal scorer as well in club football, but not in international football, rather anomalously. This inside ball will be easily intercepted, and then it does break for Hussein Al-Shahat. Malou, who helped to lay on the winning goal against Monterrey. Monterrey, who will be playing for 5th place against Al Jazira tomorrow evening. Al Jazira, the home hopes, who were thrashed 6-1 by Al Hilal from Saudi Arabia. Hence, tomorrow's offering is principally Chelsea against Al Hilal. Thrilling second semi-final in prospect. This ball does get through, taken down on the chest, then a little twist and a turn from Dudu. Just about kept that one in play. It'll break almost to Dudu, just couldn't quite take it in stride. Ahly were content to hit on breaks in the early stages of that game with Monterrey, who enjoyed the greater share of possession early on, but didn't take advantage of it and suffered the consequences later, when Mohamed Henny scored with a sumptuous volley. Ahly have never beaten opposition from Conmebol, in other words, from South America. Apart from on penalty kicks, but technically that match ended in a draw. Palmeiras trying to boss things through the centre of the field here. That was something of nothing from Dudu, to be honest. He scored the winning goal last weekend in their most recent fixture. That was against Agua Santa, a 1-0 victory for Palmeiras. Tahir, number 27 there, had the best opening of the first half in the last game here, but hit the shot straight at the goalkeeper from no more than 6 or 7 yards out. Malul. First signals from an energetic coach. The South African, the 57-year-old Pitso Mosimane, generally regarded as the best South African coach of all time. Well, a rather insecure clearance, might I say, from the goalkeeper this time. That was somewhat unexpected from Ali Lutfi. Mohamed El Shenawi was one of the heroes of Al Ahly's crusade last year in this competition, saving 2 penalty kicks. He's out injured at the moment, so Ali Lutfi has got his opportunity to stake a claim for a regular berth in goal. Palmeiras pressure here, and indeed it has been from the word go. Long throw in, and a good one as well, flicked in, and just flicked outside of the frame of the goal. The ball stayed in play. First real hint of danger to either net. There's an Al Ahly break. A crunching tackle there. That's a welcome to the pitch job. Referee Tipin, no doubt about it that the foul was committed on Tahir. There you see the man who did commit the foul was Luan, a 28-year-old former Vasco da Gama player who won Olympic gold for Brazil in 2016 in his own country, when they rather atoned for that horrible thrashing against the Germans in the World Cup in that country. At least they did win Olympic gold. Free kick Al Ahly. Can they strike first in this one? It is lofted in very high to the back stick. Should go out of play, and indeed does so from the head of Yasser. It's a fine evening here in Abu Dhabi, a lovely day today. It's a poor ball, a sort of a slide rule pass down the left-hand channel there from Ricardo Rocha. He didn't find the intended target. 0-0, first 5 minutes gone. they've generally had early goals in the other matches they've played here in the Bin Zayed Stadium, but not in this one. Just one goal in the last match. Coming round about the hour mark. And a wonderful noise generated by the fans from Africa and from South America. Rafael Veiga found himself facing the wrong way. Now he'll probably find himself facing the right way as the ball is switched across into the centre-back position and then driven wide. So they've switched the flanks and the modus operandi. Al Ahly like to play this expansive game, sweeping the ball from side to side, using their wingmen. Wing-backs, I suppose you would say. They can operate either as full-backs or flank players. Good for them to have Ayman Ashraf back in the left full-back position this evening, a very seasoned international player for Al Ahly. Disappointed, like everybody else, of course, in Egypt by the outcome in Cameroon at the weekend. A good win of the ball. It wasn't a fair win of the ball, however, according to the referee. Whistle goes against El Shahat. Free kick already taken. Back with Luan. Incessant chanting around the Al Nahyan Stadium. I did rather break handily for Al Ahly, and they will spread the players they like to do, as I mentioned, over to that right-hand touchline now. Easily nicked in the bud on that occasion. And referee Turpan again blows the whistle to the favour of the South American side. Smiles from players and officials alike. The competition's been played in a very good-natured way so far. Not too many yellow cards, certainly no red cards. A thoughtful moment for the coach, 43 years of age, who's played for 4 different Portuguese clubs, so with over 300 games, but took up coaching in his late 30s. Marcos Rocha, rather wayward. I have to backtrack with this one. Rather slow motion. Don't worry, you don't have to fast forward. Palmeiras once again dominating possession. It's a good turn as well to confuse the opponents. That's a good piece of play. Doesn't quite get the corner, which is what he was looking for over there on that far side, but very good and enthusiastic play down that channel from Danilo. The ball booted high into the night. They tend to leave the floodlights on all day in the stadiums here in Abu Dhabi. So no shortage of electricity. Switched by the left boot of Veiga. They'll be seeing more of the ball than Rafael Veiga so far, and he was involved again there. This one gets through, and then it comes back towards Veiga. Was he fouled? Yes, he was. Free kick awarded against El Sulia. Amro El Sulia there, the 31-year-old who made his international debut all of 12 years ago now. Has been a real talisman for Al Ahly, scoring in 3 Champions League finals. Very little action so far in the 2 penalty areas. And if there was a criticism of the Palmeiras that was totally justifiable last year, it was that they didn't pile enough pressure on the opposition goal. They ran out of ideas before they got to the 18-yard area. The ball eludes Auxilio. Captain Gomez, Paraguayan. That's a better looking ball, but will be chased down, but solid play at the back from Ramir Rabia, who was skippered the side in the last game. He's handed over the armband, and what a run this is. That's absolutely brilliant play. Stymied for the moment, and now it will be Palmeiras' turn. That's a bit more pep into the game there. There's a lung-bursting run from Aliou Dieng. The hero of the other night, Henny, was there when needed. Marcus Rocha. So little to report in the opening 11 minutes. That will change. I should just remind you, of course, if the scores are tied after 90 minutes, we do get extra time. As you know, potentially it could go down to penalty kicks. The ball rolls smoothly across the turf, and then when it is lofted in the air, it is over to that left-hand side, covered by the Al Ahly defence. I think he's just picked up a little bit of a knock here. It's Mohamed Henny. Recalled recently by Egypt after a 4-year absence. Nothing malicious in that. It's going into the back of the opponent, Gustavo Scarpa. The Henny came off worse. Well, there you see these vociferous supporters who've come a long, long way, further than this group. Equally vocal. Just a slight collision of heads. Nothing too serious, I don't think. The eyes were certainly open as both players fell to ground. And the medics have done their job. Henny obviously delighted to score with that volley here the other evening. Only his 4th goal in more than 130 appearances for Al Ahly. He'll defend again. Gonzalez. Little flick there from Rocha. Al Ahly's covering exemplary so far. Now it's Luan. Both squads consist of 23 players, and both sides have a full complement available this evening. The first header of the game on the target, I think. A little bit of encouragement for Palmeiras then. Tempo of the game not quick at the minute. Players still trying to find their range, really. Well, they're moving the ball around rather slowly, and the coaches are urging their men forward. Want a little bit more urgency than we've seen in this opening quarter. Now it will be Malul. always got the ability to look up. Can't find anybody in the red. They have another opportunity. This could be dangerous if he can take this one down and get the better of the defender, but it was well done at the back from Palmeiras. Both defences very much on top at the moment. The defender who came across to do the work there and did it very well was Pirae, the Uruguayan. Pirae, a fairly recent signing from River Plate to Montevideo. Gomez trying to find a searching ball. The ref says play on here, so they can do so. But then once again, the final ball is very wayward. Nobody's found their range at all as yet in this game. Rafael Veiga again has been the player most forward. And once again, there's this powerful run here. Brilliant running. Can he finish it off? The shot surely is a little too much to take on, but it's very well played, and Dieng's won a corner kick. He's been the most impressive player on the field of play so far. A couple of surging runs from him here. He sets off. There's Ahly Dieng, and he took some halting as well. He spotted the gap, he raced between, but really there was not much on for him and nobody to pass the ball to. But he'll settle for a corner kick. The game definitely needs a spark. And Al Ahly may be the ones to give us that spark. From a corner kick, Malultu drifted across in here. 4 red shirts in the mix, but it is away first time. A change of heart, I think, a change of mind. There is a break on here. All about speed now. One-on-one situation, and as always seems to be the case so far this evening, it is the defender who wins the race. A little bit more excitement there from the last 60 seconds. Sparked by Dieng's run. Again, they're knocking a high ball. That's meat and drink for the Al Ahly defence. They play 3 at the back. No free kick. Well, the referee took out right on the job there. Had a very good view of the incident, and to be fair, you go by body language, no complaints. Weatherton barely touched the ball. Just routine work for the 2 goalkeepers, Weatherton and Ali Lutfi so far. Palmeiras indeed have 3 goalkeepers in their squad, but one of them though has yet to make a first team debut. So they have one of their reserve goalkeepers, Vinicius, missing. Hence they brought in a 19-year-old Mateus on the bench tonight. They're hoping he gets a shout, but very unlikely. Taher couldn't find anybody in the red. Weatherton does get another touch in the whether it's a lime green or canary yellow. Is there any purpose down the left-hand side to be found here? The ball comes back again towards halfway line. They'll be back inside the Brazilians' half, and now they do move it further forward with Gustavo Gomez. Looking for a chink in that Egyptian armour. Strong run cross-field from Dudu, only 5 foot 5.5 inches tall. Not a bad ball in, shout for a handball, and the referee hasn't given anything. I don't think he's going to give a corner kick. Ultimately, just a reminder, of course, we do have video assistant referees here this evening who will look at all debatable incidents. We did have a penalty awarded against Al Jazira the other evening, which Al Hilal scored from. The Saudi Arabians winning that one 6-1. Corner kick. Palmeiras looking for a breakthrough. stooping clearance, but a very effective one. The referee has to dash to get upfield, but that's a rather horrible clearance from Ali Malloul. I think what he's saying is, I've put that ball out deliberately because my colleague is injured. Wasn't all convinced about that. So it gives Pizzo a chance to have a little chat with his assistants, and they include the medics, and on they come. The ball swirling away. The goalkeeper couldn't get out to it, but it was Malloul who was down on his haunches who got the ball to safety. No threat to anybody. There he is, Malloul, and then subsequently he was the one who put boot to ball and smacked it about 50 yards into the stands. He was suggesting there was an elbow in there. Well, VAR also checked those sort of incidents as well in case there's a potential red card. I'm assuming that the people responsible down there, led by Willy Deluzud, will have been studying all of that and are happy at the moment. The video assistants are Paulus van Bruttel from the Netherlands, Ashley Beecham from Australia, and Massimiliano Irati from Italy. So almost halfway through the opening half here in Al Nahyan, and no goals to report. Not a great deal of goal-mouth action to report either. Played back by Amaro El Sulia. Two solid-looking teams here, seeking some sort of a breakthrough. Sort of contest that probably does need a goal from one side to force the others to come out of it. At the moment they're having what they hold, which is a 0-0 scoreline. Bearing in mind what happened to them last year, I don't think Palmeiras would fancy going into a shootout. Strength shown here by Danilo. Gomez checking his whereabouts, so I think he'll get the ball back again. It's been a very cautious approach so far from both sides. It's one of those games where the first goal could well be very imperative to the outcome. As a football manager once said famously, it only takes a second to score a goal. And the referee saw the rap on the toe end there, but he didn't award anything. Marcos Rocha joined the club in 2019. Again, no real pressure applied on Luan, who did score a goal recently against Ponte Preta, just 10-12 days ago. But Palmeiras haven't played since the start of this month, so they have had plenty of time to come here to Abu Dhabi and to acclimatise. At the moment, it's two teams defending with consummates. No real questions being asked offensively. First job here is to try and keep the ball in play, and that was not done. coach there has already won 2 Copa Libertadores and the Copa do Brasil in the last 2 years in which he's been in charge. Palmeiras defeating Flamengo in the final in South America. Convincingly so as well, 3-0. Gives them more of an opportunity to build. Still haven't had a free kick in a promising situation for either side either. A rather haphazard clearance this time from Rami Rabia, who played in the Club World Cup as long ago as 2012 for Ahly. Gomez. Luan. The ball was shuttled down that left touchline, but to no avail as yet, with Yasser able to see this one safely out, I think. All the question of the ball being given away, and it could have produced the first shooting chance. But they really are steeled up for this one, the Egyptian defenders. Can they score on a break? That's the big question. Well, not for the time being, because they lose it in a not very good area of the field from their perspective. And the opportunity is here for Palmeiras to come and hit quickly. Again, no shooting opportunity emerging. Play halted by Clement Turpin. Going to be a drop ball here. The feet of the blonde-haired Pirae. 27 minutes gone by. Palmeiras 0, Ahly 0. And there will be a foul this time, and it couldn't be closer to the halfway line. Taher picking himself up. Referee's whistle already gone. Free kick, Ahly. Still neither goalkeeper has had a save to make. Not a proper save anyway. May have here, it's a decent ball, and down he goes. Fair challenge, no question about that, shoulder to shoulder. Not even a nervous moment, and thumbs up there for the delivery. So a clever ball over the top, could have well unhinged the South Americans' defence. Took it down in one, but what a good challenge that is. And that's why they brought Pirae from Uruguay. Made his international debut against Peru just last September and showed real international quality. Neither defence pierced as yet, with not quite half an hour played. Well, the crowd may not be inspired by the football, but they are still singing their songs. Why not? They've come a long way. They're not going to be quiet. Oh, this one does get over the top of the first line of defence. The longest pass back of the night so far to Weberton. To Gomez. 58 caps for Paraguay. It's a one-man band here. Taher does touch the ball back. There is support arriving. And those are really pieced to move together. This is the first time Malou has had some space down the left-hand channel. Drifted across in here. Might break back for Ahly to try and find a gap somewhere in there. Seems to be a bit of an erroneous whistle there from somewhere in the crowd, but Play continues, and it will be a throw-in for the South American champions. Coaches always try to urge their teams to get forward as if they want them to be anywhere else. Square ball is from Danilo. Mentioned earlier an Arsenal interest. Ajax, another club, reportedly interested in acquiring Danilo. It is Palmeiras here taking the ball into the opposition 18-yard area. They've not been able to create a single opening as yet. Might do here. And well, the voice went up because Lutfi, the goalkeeper, had to make a catch. If he'd have missed it, they were in, but he did make the catch. And now it's long to the other end of the field. Absolutely crucial intervention there. Long stretch from Gomez. And very important stretch as well. Played back this time by Mohamed Afshar. Ahly playing in little spurts when they get the opportunity to move forward. This is exactly what they did against Monterrey so successfully. Now they funnel back. Win of the ball, and it's not a fair win of the ball either. Not according to the referee, although he's got his thumbs up as Vega hits the deck. Foul by Ayman Ashraf. And here comes Marcus Rocha. Decent ball in, a little bit of space here for Rocha. Can he fire the shot in? He's pulled it back in there, scrambled away effectively. One of the more exciting moments. This is another one, and there should be a corner kick here for Palmeiras. There is. Zé Rafael scratching the back of his head here, wondering what was going on, and here he is. This is Zé Rafael, a left-footed effort, and it spins away off the shins. Taken already. Pinging around, shot coming through and not getting through because the defence is equal to the task against the defence of Al Ahly. It's a hard-fought encounter. Al Ahly, one of the most famous clubs, not only in Africa but in the world. They've won so many titles. Palmeiras, of course, from São Paulo, whose principal rivals are São Paulo and Corinthians. One of the most decorated clubs in South America, but these two sides are locking horns without really creating a great deal so far. Once again, Pirae. Not quite sure which of these two teams would be the happier at the moment. Palmeiras have certainly had plenty of ball. They've only had one shot on goal so far. For all that pressure. Gomez, elegant on the ball. Coming to pick it up is Rafael Vega, who scored in that Copa Libertadores final victory against Flamengo by 2-1. Drilled high, drilled long. Is it drilled successfully? Well, time seemed to stand still just for a moment there, but the ball bounced right up into the arms of Ali Lutfi. Lutfi was among the squad last year, but didn't play. When Al Ahly finished third as a result of that penalty shootout victory over this same opposition. Tigres, of course, from Mexico, the runners-up last year to the eventual winners Bayern Munich. Better from Dieng. The ball will be switched out here for Ali Maloul. Let's see what the Tunisian can do this time. He'll roll it encouragingly into the heart of the area, but little stumble, all a bit hurried, and the ball spun away from Al Shahat. Straight through to Weberton. 34 years of age now, the international goalkeeper. Played recently in the Copa America. Ten minutes before half-time. And with 0-0, very much the scoreline. Drilled down to the edge of that 18-yard zone, but there just seem to be so many red shirts there and not enough green ones. An old adage in football. So Gomez. A real rock at the heart of the Palmeiras defence for so long now. It's only when they lose the ball like this, Palmeiras, that they appear vulnerable. They do get awarded a free kick here from referee Turpin. It's very undemonstrative, just goes about his business. Punishes Luan for the second time on the evening. For that, El Shahat was the victim. Yeah, a real rap on the ankle. There should be a rare foray into the opposition half here for Ahly. Somebody looks for a bit of inspiration. Well, that looked as though it could have been a foul, and indeed it was a foul. The referee assistant on the far side didn't take much persuading to raise the flag there. The foul committed on Gustavo Scarpa. He was a substitute in this fixture a year ago. Came on for Vega. Now they start together. Two Ahly players attacking the same ball there. It's all just a little scrappy and haphazard at the moment. Palmeiras will look to change that with 8 minutes remaining in this first half. In the Al Nayan Stadium, the home of the Al Wada Club. Disappointment amongst the Palmeiras support here. I think they thought they had an advantage going. There we go, a look in the eye. Don't be doing that. Familiar tangling of legs and bodies. The referee decides there's an elbow involved. Plenty of vocals on the touchline. Sort of thing you see many, many times. Ultimately, it leads to a note in the scrapbook for Coach Ferreira. Once scored a goal, by the way, for Sporting Lisbon against Manchester United, which was a very popular goal in Portugal. 7 minutes before the break. A little bit of confusion back there in the Al Ahly ranks, allowing Palmeiras to win possession of the ball. The thing is, can they use it incisively? This is the big chance here, and scores! The deadlock is broken! Palmeiras have their first goal in the FIFA Club World Cup, and the man who gets it is Rafael Veiga. It's the first opening at either end of the stadium, and how well the Palmeiras man takes it. Flicked on, onside from first viewing, and wraps it right-footed beyond goalkeeper Ali Lutfi. And it is Palmeiras 1, Al Ahly 0. At last, some joy for those who made the journey all the way from South America. Five minutes before half-time, Palmeiras grabbed the lead. Mara got 14 goals for his club last season, his most productive season. A a man who won the Copa Sudamericana back in 2018 and who scored in the final against Flamengo, has a famous goal here now in Abu Dhabi. The name is Rafael Vega. And I'll be very frank here, the game needed a goal. The question is, will Pizzo Motsimani change the tactics for Al Ahly? They have an opportunity here, but Weberton certainly equal to that. He's a tall man, just raised his arm, knocked the ball very calmly down over the opponent, and the lead was protected. And already you can see there's a bit more incisiveness, a bit more intention about Al Ahly's playing, taking the game the other way. It was definitely in the category of matches that needed a goal. Only the second scored in the 2 games in this stadium. Which will host the 5th place game tomorrow evening. Double-headed day. With Chelsea in action for the first time against Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia. The local side Al Jazira playing Monterrey for 5th place. That's tomorrow. This is tonight. But it is Palmeiras 1, Al Ahly 0. But a moment of history for Palmeiras. Last year was their debut in the Club World Cup. They failed to score in their 2 matches, so at least there's been a happier outcome from this trip. Whatever happens, the fans having a goal to celebrate, and they do know how to celebrate. That's a nice little flick. It was intended for Taher, didn't get through to him. Chance down this flank here now for Malul. The left-footed player seeks to get on the outside, checks back in. Useful build-up, chance of a shot as well here. It's angled high and wide. Not impressive from El Sulia. Nothing wrong with Malul's cross. He had the time to assess the situation, to assess the angle, and to fire in the shot, but he was firing blanks. They are happy. They are unhappy. Usual bit of time wasting, dare I say, cynically there. Before the ball is hit long, and Palmeiras have Al Ahly just where they want them right now. They win the ball too, and they 3 forward here. Chance of a shot maybe. The block on the tackle was just enough to put the passer off. Hoisted long. Hoisted too long, the ball bouncing just over the white line and away beyond the recall there. The player who was going for it was Hussein El Shahat. And who scored that goal for Alain against Esperance in 2018 in this competition. Alain made a very good fist of their challenge that year. There will not be a local winner this year after the rather humbling experience for Al Jazira against Al Hilal the other evening. 6-1 it was, the highest ever margin of victory in a game in the FIFA Club World Cup. And Chelsea against Al Hilal should be some occasion tomorrow. The one eager to take the ball there was Mohamed Afshar, also known as Magdi. Well, most of the noise is coming from the South Americans, without question. They are 30 seconds away from taking the lead into the dressing room. I think probably a minute, maybe 2 added on. But there is an opportunity immediately here for Al Ahly. Well beaten away by Dudu. Well, you could see what he was intending there, but it turned out to be a gift. And that's a gift of a throw in the other way. Two additional minutes. To take the throw-in, a 33-year-old Marcus Rocha, formerly of Atlético Mineiro, another side that has played in this competition, representing Brazil. Palmeiras are the 9th Brazilian club to have featured in the Club World Cup since 2000, and it was an all-Brazilian final. This one is long, it may just be kept in play, awkwardly knocked down, but no question of a handball, I don't think. So there's been one golden moment in the game so far. Is that going to separate these sides as they head for the dressing rooms? Marcus Rocha, short ball from him, takes again. And they'll happily play the ball around in their own half right now, knowing that the clock is ticking down towards the end of the first half. Certainly Pizzo Mosimani will have his work cut out in the dressing room at half-time to inspire his side back into this one, especially if the opposition get a second goal. They have a chance, they pull the ball back into the danger area. Cleared first time. Ahly certainly could not afford to concede a second time there. That boot looks a little bit high to me, and it looks a little bit high to referee Turpin as well. As the young player Danilo, whose job is to be a destructive midfielder. Better ball, good turn on it as well. Speed down the left here. Chance for Ahly to square things up. So running out of time. Malul should get the ball across in here. Not the most convincing clearance, scuffed shot. Not the strongest. The referee will point to the dressing rooms. It was a final attempt of the half coming in from Amro El Zulia. But it is Palmeiras who take the lead into the dressing room. Rafael Veiga scoring on 39 minutes, the only real opening of a first half that took a long time to get fizzing. And when it did, it was because of that Rafael Veiga goal. Right on 39 minutes, it is Palmeiras 1, Ahly 0 at the break. Palmeiras probably worthy of the advantage as well. They've had more of the ball. They've had a total of 8 shots as well. 2 of them on target, and one of them, crucially, finding the net.
Plenty of noise being made here inside the stadium, and a magnificent first half performance on Palmeiras. They have the lead 1-0. Ahly well and truly.
Confirmation then of these statistics. 57% of the ball has been at the Palmeiras' feet. They've had 8 shots to Ahly's 2, and the Egyptians haven't managed a single effort on the target. Just 11 fouls in the contest so far, and not a single yellow card. Well refereed so far by Clément Turpin from France.
Thank you very much, Fatima, indeed. Great first half of action. We're going to have a look now at the big screen as we check out the first half highlights of what was a great semi-final number 1 here at the FIFA Club World Cup UAE 2021, presented by Ahly SC. Let's have a look at our first half highlights.
The first semi-final of the FIFA Club World Cup of 2022 taking place in Abu Dhabi between Ahly, who finished 3rd last year, and Palmeiras, who they defeated on penalty kicks after a scoreless draw. That, of course, was in Qatar. Tonight in Abu Dhabi, we had a strong running performance in the first half from the midfield player Aliou Dieng. A rare foray this, though, from the Egyptian side, who had overcome Monterrey in the first round. Palmeiras, for all their possession, struggling to create anything. There was an enthusiastic run from Dudu cross-field. And then the Uruguayan acquisition recently, Pirae, crossing one in here. And the ball smothered at the end there from Gustavo Scapa. Rare opportunities in the penalty areas, and no work at all for the two goalkeepers. There's a routine catch for Ahly Lutfi, who continues to replace El Shinawi, the injured goalkeeper for Al Ahly. He had a lot of defending to do. Palmeiras so keen to make up for what was a really poor introduction to this competition last year, but that was a brilliant little flick ball there, and a crucial finish, a very good finish as well, from the right boot of Rafael Veiga, the 26-year-old, who scored in the Copa Libertadores final against Flamengo, and now gets their first ever goal in the Club World Cup finals. Rafael Veiga took it well, goalkeeper no chance at all, and that gave the South Americans their first ever goal in the FIFA Club World Cup at the third attempt after two scoreless efforts a year ago. Joy at last in the stands, and at half-time, Palmeiras it is, who lead Al Ahly by 1-0.
Not far away now from the second half in this match. Fatima, we can see the Palmeiras gents behind us are warming up. We're all ready to go for this big second half. We hope that Ahly can come back into the game. But at the same time, Palmeiras have been wonderful going forward. What do you think will happen in the second half?
That's right, Steve. First of all, I'm very excited in this amazing match. I'm looking forward to the second half of this match. طبعا مثل ما شفنا في الشوط الاول من المباراه بالميراس حققوا الهدف بينما كان صفر لفريق الاهلي. نبغى نشوف شو اللي بيسوي في الشوط الثاني اللي بيبدا بعد دقائق تقريبا.
Thank you very much, Fatima. Big second half on the way very soon. We have our MC who's out here in the crowd again. He's a wonderful man. His name is Jazira Club. He's always got great things happening. So let's go to him and see what he's up to in the crowd. Back to you, Naja.
Yes, indeed. We're here right now. We're about to play a game called Did You Know? I'm with a friend from Palmeiras. Her name is Christina. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Beautiful, wonderful. So we're going to ask you a question. I want you to look at the big screen, and you're going to see. We're going to ask you a question, and you're going to let me know, all right, what the answer is. So here we go. Here's the question. Which team are appearing in the FIFA Club World Cup for the second straight year? Okay? Is it Palmeiras and Monterrey? Is it Palmeiras and Ahly? Or is it Monterrey and Ahly? Kashina, what's the answer? Hold on, I want you to think about it. Think about it. Okay, Kashina, what's the answer? That's right, it's right. Palmeiras, Ahly, congratulations. Here's your prize right here. She is the winner of Did You Know? This is again. We're going to keep this thing moving. Thank you very much. Let's get ready for the second half.
Brazil fans, are you ready? Egypt fans, are you ready? Egypt stand on the heart and stand
Welcome back to the Al Nahyan Stadium in Abu Dhabi for the semi-final second half between Palmeiras representing Brazil and South America, Conmebol, and Ahly from Egypt representing the African nations. They're known as the Pigs, or Palmeiras, one of their nicknames. They have several. And they have the lead thanks to this man here, Rafael Veiga, who on 39 minutes struck with his right foot. And Ahly sent into a bit of a spin. They have the onus upon them to hit back. These fans are hoping that the next game they see will be in the final. Veiga's a good finisher, as he demonstrated there. So in this second half, Palmeiras will be attacking the goal to our left as we look out here in this fine stadium, which holds around about 15,000. Weatherton making a good comeback to the side. He's missed the last couple of games because of international calls and being replaced by Marcelo Lomba, who's on the bench tonight. But Weatherton very much in charge, and he's not been extended so far on this nice warm evening in the United Arab Emirates. Ahly still believe, of course, that they can reach the final, as the other African nations have done in the past, like TP Mazembe and Raja Casablanca. "45 minutes to go, possibly 75 minutes if they can square things up between them. Palmeiras will be hoping, having registered their first ever goal in the FIFA Club World Cup, to hold on to what they have and maybe even extend that lead. So we're underway again. Welcome everybody, wherever you're watching around the world. Palmeiras leading from Rafael Vega's 39th minute strike. And on the attack straight away, the inception of the half, and they're two across in the penalty area. The cross is forthcoming here. Ahly were vulnerable and may still be. Switched into an attacking, shooting position. So things going a little bit awry there between Zé Rafael and his partners. Zé Rafael just firing the ball into a vacant space. Ahly featuring a back three, including Yasser Ibrahim, Rami Rabia, and Ayman Ashraf, who was an unused substitute in the Africa Cup of Nations final for Egypt against Senegal just 2 evenings ago. How swiftly things move on in football. And how swiftly here they look for a shooting chance to Ahly. They got one, but not sufficient to stretch Weatherton. It was Mohamed Afshar who got that shot, the man who scored a winning goal in the final against Zamalek in 2021, the African Champions League final that was. Fine goal it was too, I remember. It got shown around the world, it was that good. Here is Rami Rabia, long-standing member of the defence of Ahly. Did have one rather unhappy interlude in his career in Portugal. Returned to his former club. On the ball again now, Rabia. And again. We look up and see a bank of green shirts. Deliberate build-up involving Afshar. Useful knock into the 18-yard zone and then given away somewhat haphazardly there, and it will be an opportunity. The ball is cleared and a breakout and a potential here for Palmeiras. A horrible slice off the left boot there. That really was an absolute shocker of a pass. They let him know. So Ahly really have to be a bit more enterprising perhaps in this half and do something special if they are to make it through to the final at the weekend. Having more of the possession in the early minutes of the second half than they ever did in the first. Forced back again, those advancing green shirts. Nice square ball, a lovely tickle pass as well, and there are 3 green shirts forward here. It could present a real opportunity for Palmeiras. It's a thrilling strike. It's Dudu. It's 2-0. Oh boy, are they happy. They've come all the way from South America to see exactly that. 48 minutes on the clock, and Dudu, the 30-year-old, who scored a winning goal in their last league game, has wrapped this one in beyond the goalkeeper, and it's Palmeiras 2, Ahly 0. Lovely moving, a little flick pass there. That really opened the door, but Dudu still had so much to do. He took 4, 5, 6 touches, and the last one crashed the ball into the far corner. It's a super strike, and Palmeiras could be on their way to the final. The name rolls off the tongue. It's Dudu. Well, making up for last year without question. A memory that had to be erased from the bank. And a very, very popular goal as well from the tiny fella, 5'5.5". He missed out coming here last year through injury. Well, he's made his mark here this year. That will be a free kick for Ahly as they seek to strike back. A rather over-the-top tackle, and will be punished by this free kick. It certainly will be if the ball finds its way into the Palmeiras net. The word for Marcus Rocha: keep your calm. 2 goals to the good, and Ahly potentially about to make a substitution as well, with Mohamed Sharif, a striker, due to come on. They certainly need a goal from someone, and he might be just the man to provide it. But before he comes on, a chance for somebody else in the red shirt. It's going to be a double switch, by the way, in a minute as well. Oh, how badly Ahly need a goal now. The referee is still organising that green wall. They'll await the whistle. Keeper Weverton is centrally situated, just a touch to his right, if anything. So it looks like he's anticipating the left boot here of Malul. And it will be the left boot, and it's flying high, not by a lot, but sufficient for relief. So here comes the double switch. And the first of those sees the withdrawing of El Shahat, with Sharif coming on. And who certainly knows the way to goal. Mohamed Sharif has 4 international goals in just 4 appearances. Second introduction will be that of Ahmed Abdelkader, who played against Monterrey. The players rather anxiously looking to see which number is hoisted. Samani have final words with them. Taking an awful long time to effect this change. The referee's looking over his shoulder as if to say, what is happening here? The 4th official has had the board in his hands for an eternity. 4th official Drew Fisher from Canada. Because there's going to be a triple switch. And another player who was in Cameroon at the weekend representing Egypt, Hamdi Fati, is coming on. But a stunning start to the second half provided by Dudu's goal. Comfortably away. Another chase on here now. There's certainly more pepper about the game than there was in the first half, and particularly about Palmeiras as an attacking force. Now at long last we'll have the triple switch, and Abdelkader is coming on to replace El Sulia. Disappointment for El Sulia, who's a very seasoned player. And Fati will be replacing Remy Rabia, who was the captain last time out, but today is relieved of his place on the field of play. Fati, who did play for Egypt at the weekend, 27 years of age, played in the Club World Cup of 2012 as well. The Egyptians need a big boost now. 2 goals adrift. But 37 minutes remaining. Plenty of time. Being pushed back. I think what's going to be really interesting is the approach of Palmeiras now. Do they try to kill the contest off once and for all with the 3rd goal? Or do they really sit on what they've got, which is a healthy advantage? They do lose the ball here. Tahe will play it forward. There's an opportunity straight away for the substitute just on the field of play to skip beyond one And he's still going, and he's taken down. And the referee, well, was surrounded for a moment. No doubt that will be looked at. And he does raise the hand as the referee from France, Clément Turpin. Wait a moment, he says. Move away, he says. Very sternly. It was an encouraging run from Abdul Kader. And the movement in the back was from the hero of the moment, Doudou. It's a massive decision, so there is a check here for a possible penalty. Potential foul by Doudou, the hero. 1 minute, may not be the next. He could be a villain any second now. A chance of a possible penalty kick for Ahly, which would be a colossal boost for them. But the check is over, and no goal, no penalty kick is given. So relief for those Palmeiras players and supporters alike. It stays 2-0. Disappointment that the Egyptians have to take on the chin. The referee was very cool about all of it. Nice little ball forward. They are showing more intent here, without question. Taher to cross one in to win the corner off Pirae, for me, has been excellent. The Uruguayan left fullback. He really has made an impression. He wasn't included in the original squad. Corner kick taken short, taken quickly as well to Dieng. Chooses not to just lift it into the 18-yard zone. Malul, and then the header is on the mark, but I don't think it was ever going to beat the goalkeeper of the standing of Weverton. It is long, it is a one-on-one situation here. The defender has to cope with this, and he did good. There's certainly more cotton thrust about the contest now as Ahly seek down the right-hand channel to make inroads, lose the ball, however. Something they certainly cannot afford to do. We saw Al Jazira collapse mentally, I think, the other evening when they were beaten 6-1. It was only 2-1 at half-time. Indeed, they led in that match, but ultimately they caved in. A lovely ball here, encouraging to the edge of that 18-yard area. And the ball is fired across as well by scorer of the first, by Gustavo Scarpa, towards the scorer of the first goal, Vega. And every tackle made by one in a green shirt is cheered by those Palmeiras fans. But it is Ahly who take it again on the halfway line. The South Americans didn't like the challenge. The referee said nothing wrong with it. The player is still down, so the ball might be played straight out here. But there will be a stoppage. The suggestion was a hand in the face there for Zé Rafael, the opposite number, Hamdi Fati. Zé Rafael hoisted to his feet. The 28-year-old, it cost a record fee for the Bahia club when he joined Palmeiras. And the opportunity for the players to take some water on board. With 58 minutes on the clock, and Palmeiras a comfortable 2 goals ahead. Ronnie, number 10 there, one of their top goal scorers over recent times. Had a spell in Southeast Asia with Albirex Niigata in Japan. Once again, Palmeiras will push forward, and they were gifted the ball as well. Ahly could be punished on numerous occasions here for the mistakes that they're making. Maybe a bit of reaction to all the effort they put in against Monterrey when they secured that 1-goal success. Palmeiras appear steeled at the moment to give nothing away, as you would expect. But Ahly are calling the shots, coming forward in number here. They're 3 across in the centre, hoping to get back into this contest. Dieng has perhaps been their best performer over the 2 games. Dieng. chance of a shot. It's a low one, it's a hard one, and it's a wide one thanks to the fingertips of Weberton. Done well, the goalkeeper again here. He had plenty of time to assess this. It was a good hit from Fatih. It was never quite going in. The ball snaking towards the upright, but the goalkeeper had to be certain. Corner kick from Malul coming up next, coming up now. A lot of red shirts around, all wanting to be on the end of this one. Well, that would certainly have been spectacular if it had gone straight in. But it sort of scuffed along the ground and all the way through to the goalkeeper from Mohamed Afshar. It's for a change in the tone of the game here, that it's now Palmeiras who are looking to hit on breakouts, not the Egyptians. Both appearing in second consecutive Club World Cups. Dawdled on the ball a little bit there. As a result of it, it is picked up by Mohamed Henny. Hero the other evening. He could yet be a hero this evening. This nipped in the bud again. Here is Henny. And Ayman Ashraf. Every Palmeiras outfield player is in his own half. It tells you they've backs to the wall here. But they will come out when they can. One more goal would surely seal it. It would be very surprising if a side was able to come back from 3-0. Useful in there. Chance of a shot from here. Excellent block as well. The ball is ballooned, mind you. Could have gone absolutely anywhere. As it is, it breaks all right for Palmeiras, allowing the ball to dribble out for a goal kick. No South American side has won the Club World Cup since Corinthians beat Chelsea in the final. Chelsea over here again representing Europe. Rather lusty effort there, but blocking the way was Luan. The Egyptians in the crowd whistling. They're wanting this to be taken rather more rapidly. The ball is up in the other half of the field now. Oh, super first-time ball. That really was exceptional. And it is a chance of a third here. And the ball will loop out to, or loop in harmlessly to the goalkeeper's arms. And that's probably typical of the way this game is going to go now. Plenty of movement off the ball here, but the flag is raised. This will be offside. Referee's assistants this evening, Nicolas Llanos and Cyril Gringor. Well, we do have the new technology available, virtual offside in this FIFA Club World Cup. Hasn't been required so far this evening. 28 minutes remaining, and the South American challenge very much on track. Well breasted down. That was excellent. It really was a good play there from Ronnie. Oh, it's lovely skills, but it does break fortuitously this time, and that's not a bad ball over the top of the defence, and it was just covered in the nick of time. Ball quickly sacrificed, and then one back for Ahly. Crowd roaring them on. Ball in is decent. Header's tepid. Goalkeeper comes, but now has to scuttle back to guard his net. So this is going to be beyond him. But there are others in green around, and they were not to succumb on that occasion. All a question of these counter-attacks for Palmeiras now. This one breaks down immediately. Osimani shows his footballing skills in flicking the ball back to one of his own. And then Henny will play it back here to Yasser Ibrahim. Wider from Ashraf. They're giving it a go here, Ahly, no question about that, but Weberton will pluck those out of the night sky. In the 65th minute in Abu Dhabi, in the Al Nahyan Stadium. Foul and a free kick here against the South American champions, won the Copa Libertadores. a really watchable contest at the moment. I have to say, it wasn't for the first half an hour. It certainly has been since. Rather more anxiety on the faces of the Egyptian players, though, now. The coach still has the belief, I'm sure, that he can lead his side into the final, which would be a real milestone in his career. 57-year-old Pitso Masimani. So the goals from Rafael Vega on 39 minutes and Dudu on 49 minutes, separating these sides at the moment, and Palmeiras from an appearance in a final for the first time. Ahly have finished third on a couple of occasions. Ronnie, nice little tuck in field. And then a good win back of the ball, but the referee is stopping proceedings for the earlier indiscretion, and it will be a free kick for Ahly. That victory against Monterrey was Ahly's first of their last 7 games. They've not been plugging up any trees domestically, unusually. They will be hustled again here before they can move the ball forward. So it does come all the way back to Ali Lutfi. Intriguingly poised, the game at the minute. Dieng on the ball. Rarely wastes it. It's a question of creating some shooting opportunities for somebody up there. There will be a chase on here. And, it was a fair enough challenge, so it will be a throw-in for Ahly. And what a contest we would have if they could score the next goal. If Palmeiras gets it, I think we all know what the final outcome will be. Yassa. Across to Ashraf. Ashraf, a deep ball in here, 2 in red, over the top, onto the top of the net. Goalkeeper Weberton had his arms extended as if to say, I need a bit of protection here. If this had been angled either side, they might well have been in the contest, and it was Fatih who got in there. He did score a goal recently in a league game back in November. Well, they're not quite there yet. They are halfway through the second half, though, in the pursuit of that place in the final against either Chelsea or Al Hilal. This could be useful. Ronnie, if he can get in on this one, it's cleared desperately at the last moments by Ashraf. With a rare foray in the recent minutes for the South Americans from Brazil. Time of the essence, 68 minutes played. 2-0 Palmeiras. No panic stations yet about Al Ahly's play. Nor certainly about the side that has the advantage in attacks again here now. A nice little tickle to the right there from Zé Rafael. Palmeiras are missing quite a number of players tonight. Some of them back in Brazil, others just unavailable. But they are bossing proceedings right now. Searching ball, well worth the chase of Ronnie. Just too much for him. Palmeiras without the likes of Renan and Patrick de Paula. Vinicius, all absent. Solid as a rock there, Gomez. And again. Oh, no free kick. engaging game now with 21 minutes remaining, so plenty of chance if Al Ahly get the next goal. They will really have some self-belief. They'll be looking for some set-piece situations as well, the odd free kick around the edge of the 18-yard area at the end of the field, which they're attacking again. Now, this one is booted miles high from Pirae, away from the danger area. That was all that mattered towards those fans. Many of them in string vests by the look of it. I don't think it was that warm. 70 minutes played. Palmeiras 2, Al Ahly 0. And they're having to backpedal. Swept across to Jazira. Able to look up and assess what lies ahead. Just look how well they're pushing back, in particular through Pirae again. Palmeiras will feel that they're well in charge of this game, and there are 3 in green advancing, but the final pass wasn't accurate enough, and now they may have to shore up and guard against the potential shot coming in. Oh, save made, goal! Keeper couldn't keep it out. Mistake by Weatherton. And Al Ahly are right back in this one with just 90 minutes to go. It's a horrible mistake from the goalkeeper, and Sharif, the substitute, there to pounce. Hope springs eternal for the Egyptians, the African champions. But Weatherton will be wondering what on earth he has done here, unless, well, he was in what looked like an offside position there, but of course the goalkeeper has palmed the ball back out to Sharif. Weatherton is lying on the deck, disconsolate, as that ball is put into the net. Referee Turpan is taking a check, though, for a possible offside, inevitably. And there we have it. It was indeed offside. Well, they don't like it, but on the first replay there, you could see that Sharif was in an offside position. And quite correctly, that's why they have the video assistant referees. Billy Delajode from France and his assistants ruled that it was no goal, and it's the correct call. Massive disappointment for Al Ahly. Sharif, who has such a good goal-scoring record, was in the right place there, ready to pounce, but he had just strayed about a couple of feet. Right call in the end. Oh, and now, how ironic it would be if Palmeiras get another goal. They have a chance. They've got plenty of players forward here now. It will be switched to the left flank. There are 3 in green across in the centre. Cross not forthcoming. Well, I think the Al Ahly players will know why there. This is why we have the new technology here, the virtual offside, and it shows it quite distinctly that Sharif was in an offside position there when the ball was played in, and although he took advantage of the lapse by Weatherton, the goal does not stand. Beautifully illustrated by this new technology. I'm glad we've been able to show you that. Taha has gone off, by the way, meanwhile, for Al Ahly, to be replaced by the veteran Walid Soliman, who gets a big round of applause. Walid, 37 years of age, oldest player here coming on. He played in the Club World Cup of 2012, nearly scored the other evening. The man who made his international debut all of 14 years ago. What that disallowed goal means is that Palmeiras have 16 minutes now to hold on to this 2-goal advantage, which would have been halved. Come and knock on the door again, and the door is bolted. Oh, that's a curious interlude. The ref, I think, said play on there. The ball was booted about 50 yards downfield. Referee is still sorting out a little fracas here as tempers become slightly frayed, and Palmeiras contemplate bringing on 2 substitutes with the last instructions from Abel Ferreira. Fresh legs always useful with quarter of an hour remaining. That's where we are now. 75 played, 2-0 the score. Definitely coming on will be Wesley. As a winger, supply a bit of width here to the Palmeiras attack. The other player to be introduced is Jailson, who's a defensive midfield player. They're just concentrating on winning the ball, as they do, and try to find a channel here for another attack in a one-on-one situation. Is there support for Palmeiras? Not this time. You do get the feeling that Palmeiras are determined to see the job through here 12 months on from that massive disappointment. That elimination last year. Good ball in from Malul. Fati will be awarded a free kick. It's 30 yards out. Could present a shooting opportunity for anybody who fancies it, especially having just seen Weverton spill a shot, which was a fairly routine effort, I have to say. Which looked like being punished and wasn't ultimately. It's going to be either Malul or Afshar here to have either a crack at goal or a chipped free kick into the heart of the danger zone. Quarter of an hour remaining. The keeper this time is able to allow this one to drift out harmlessly, and Palmeiras can make their double change. And the goal scorer, Dudu, is predictably the one replaced by fellow wingman Wesley. They enjoy playing down the flanks. And this is Dudu's impact early in the second half. Super shot, super sniper, Dudu. One of the big moments of his career, and there have been many, for the diminutive player who got one international goal for Brazil against Colombia earlier in his career. And the other switch sees Jailson coming on, and Rafael Veiga, the other goal scorer, is relieved of his duties. So 2 goal scorers coming off at the same time. A little surprising, maybe. They've certainly done their jobs tonight. But have they booked a place in the final against either Chelsea or Al Hilal? The answer to that particular question will come tomorrow evening. 12 minutes to go in Al Nahyan. 12 short minutes so far as Al Ahly are concerned, maybe 12 long minutes so far as Palmeiras are thinking. He's going to have to be alert here. Ronnie will give chase. It will be a big cheer there simply because of the chasing down done by Palmeiras. You could hear the crack on the ankle from over the other side of the field then. So this will be regarded as revenge for Palmeiras, having suffered at the hands of Al Ahly a year ago, albeit from 12 yards out. Referee, well, he could have played on there. There might have been an opportunity of a third goal. There might well be a first yellow card of the evening. There is. Ashraf turns away. Can't really argue, I don't think, against the decision of referee Turpin. After this, he really has dived in on Ronnie there. Actually, he did get the ball, but he took the man at the same time. It's the first yellow card of the night for Ayman Ashraf. quite a lengthy stoppage here. There's a possible red card check as well. The VR officials are having a check on this one. Depends how much they feel there was intent, and the crowd is suddenly aware of this, and referee Turpin will come over from one side of the field to the other to go to the monitor. And the evening could be about to get worse for Ahly if they are reduced to 10 men. The man who was in Cameroon at the weekend representing his country in the African Cup of Nations final may be facing a long walk because of that rash challenge. It really was rash, and even though he got the ball. So the referee is trotting back over. It's going to be red. There's the yellow. And there is the red. 10 men now for the Red Devils. And Ayman Ashraf's week has just gone from bad to worse. A loser in the African Cup of Nations final, maybe a loser this evening in the Club World Cup semi-final, and certainly an early visit to the dressing room. So it's not a night to remember, or a week to remember for Ayman Ashraf, who, even if Al Ahly were to make it through to the final, would be unable to play his part in it. A horror-stricken supporter. And all it would need to compound that misery would be a third Palmeiras goal. There is potential. And they've got just about everybody forward here. So 9 defenders and a goalkeeper back. Sliced away by Dieng, but not very far. Listen to the noise now from the South American support. Doesn't need me to tell you it's an awful long way from Sao Paulo out here, and it might just finish it off here, just over the top. That would have been an unlikely source for a goal. Marcos Rocha, not too far away. His last goal scored 2 years ago against Inter de Limeira. And, he sliced it somewhat. Blew his opportunity. Al Ahly will throw everything at these closing exchanges. Still living in hope. Gomez has had a strong performance defensively for Palmeiras this evening, really led by example. One of the survivors of last year. No free kick given. Once again, the green shirts will flood forward, hoping for this break that really would finish it. That surely is offside when he gets the touch on the ball, which he won't bother to do. Flag raised. He did the right thing. You know, the officials these days do not raise the flag until the player who's in the offside position actually touches the ball. So that was what was happening there. Palmeiras not quite there. Another 7 minutes to go. They've put their stamp on the tournament at last. The player put his stamp on the opponent there as well. There's going to be another switch for Palmeiras, quite predictably, I suppose, at this late stage of the contest, bringing on some fresh legs and fresh inspiration. It will be in the form of Atuesta, a midfield player. Al Ahly can do no more than probe at the moment. They really are not creating too many shooting opportunities. Remember when they did, they got the ball in the net, but there was a VAR conclusion that there was an offside. A correct conclusion. Here we go again. Has to ride the challenge of Dieng, and that's going to be a yellow card, I would imagine, for Dieng. Took the opponent down from behind. The referee, I think, looks as though he may be lenient about it. He is. So anyway, the change is effective now, with Atuesta, a Colombian, coming onto the field of play for Palmeiras. rather slow, these switches. It's going to be Zé Rafael who comes off the field of play to allow the Colombians entry. Atuesta, a 24-year-old midfielder who's played for the Colombia under-23 side, formerly of Independiente Medellin. He also played in the United States with Los Angeles. So he gets about 5 minutes of action. There was a good feel about the night from the South American perspective, which there certainly wasn't a year ago. Here is Atuesta now, but his first touch is a very heavy one and he loses the possession. It's always nice to erase a bad memory though, and that looks as though what Palmeiras are going to do this evening. It will be their first win in the Club World Cup. They've already scored their first ever goals in the competition. A team known as the Verdão. They're even contemplating 2 more very late switches as well, as you can gather from that shot there. Deverson preparing to come on. 30-year-old. But not yet. Let's get on with the game. A flick over the top, and there are 2 here. A real chance for Ronnie to pull this one back, but the defender in the way is Jazira. Corner kick, 4 minutes to go. Palmeiras 2-0 to the good. Deverson eager to be a part of the action, but I don't think they'll make the switch until after this corner kick, which will be delivered by Gustavo Scarpa. He's very left-footed, so he pulls this one away from the goalkeeper. Now there's nowhere to go. Those Palmeiras players are really steeled up for this one now. They surrounded every red shirt that was in vicinity of the ball. The ball went out over the sideline, so it's going to be a throw-in. It's going to be another double switch, by the way, by Palmeiras, with Breno Lopez as well as Deverson about to emerge. Play goes on, though, while they hop up and down on the touchline. Getting warmed up. Now they can come on. And the decision is to take the hard-working Ronnie off to bring on Deverson. And then we await the number on the next board. And we can see that Breno Lopez will be coming on. A man who scored the goal that brought them to the finals last year. Gustavo Scarpa, it is, who is sacrificed. Two minutes to go. And 2 goals that should usher Palmeiras into the World Final, the Club World Cup Final. Breno Lopez missed out. He was ineligible 12 months ago, even though he'd scored the goal in the Libertadores final. And it looks as though Ahly will have to settle for playing for 3rd place. I'm sure Palmeiras would love a 3rd goal, but that really would look impressive on their CV. It's beginning to look like a scoreless night for Ahly. They've won 5 times over the years. They've played as more matches than any other African nation in the Club World Cup. Nice little knockdown here. Breno skips along the outside in those pink boots of his. Oh, and then a rather heavy touch from Breno Lopez. It's a happy night for the coach, that is for certain. Abel Pereira there. So it's been a goal in each half for Palmeiras as we move on to 90 minutes, and we will discover any moment now the additional time. It will be 6 minutes added on, which is a considerable amount of time. But Ahly need a miracle. It's not going to come with that ball. And away they come. You get the feeling now that Ahly know the game is up for them. Gentlemanly conduct, but it is a yellow card nonetheless for Mohamed Afshar. And it's 2 yellow cards for him, so if they were to make it into the final, which is highly unlikely now, he would miss the final as well, like Ayman Ashraf, who was sent off a few minutes ago. So it really has been a night to forget for the Egyptian champions. This one is really high into the night. Could drop absolutely anywhere. Oh, and then it's given away. A rather feeble attempt on goal, mind you, from Deverson. He won't mind. 2-0 will do nicely. And it's looking like a final appearance for Palmeiras, following on some famous Brazilian clubs who, of course, have appeared in the final of this competition. Should be a routine conclusion to the fixture now. Deverson down the line. That ball surely went out over the sideline. Coming up to 2 minutes of the 6 have been played, and a glum reaction from those Egyptians. Coming away with the ball is Atuesta. And we feel as though we're going through the motions now in these closing moments of the game in the Al Nahyan Stadium here in Abu Dhabi. Job done for the Brazilians, without question. In many ways, it really would not matter to them. 2-0, 3-0, it's the win that counts. And still they come. This one might just hold up. And there will be a cross. There was a pullback and a sliced clearance. Well, it's been a journey well worth the making. 3 minutes away from sealing a place in the final of the Club World Cup, the FIFA competition, which had been less fruitful a year ago for the South Americans. But they've atoned for that in no small measure. And there'll be some very happy Brazilians in the United Arab Emirates this evening. They've been second best for much of the contest. Stylish goal in the first half from Rafael Veiga, and probably an even better one from Dudu, an individual effort in the second half. But Ahly will be left to contend for a third place in this competition over the years. Deverson didn't get the knock on initially, but he does get a second bite at the ball. Is there anything belatedly here for the Egyptian side? Soliman. Maybe concentration lapses now for those in the red. Everybody awaiting the referee's arm to be raised, but it's another couple of minutes before that will happen. If they'd got that goal, which was eventually ruled out, the one that Sheriff poached, then it would have been a different finale, I'm sure. They would still have been coming with some urgency. As it is, well, he nearly got his second goal of the tournament, and that would have been some statistic. I think he's smiling behind the biting of the shirt there. But Mohamed Henny, who scored the winning goal against Monterrey, has produced one of the best efforts of the night from Ahly there. Weberton alert made the stop. The Palmeiras alert to come out, but then they lose it. Then he might think of another one off the crossbar. Sums up the night for Ahly, I'm afraid. Well, at least they're giving it a go in these closing seconds, trying to find some sort of consolation. "45 seconds away. It's a one-on-one race. The referee will surely bring Ahly's misery to a conclusion any moment now. They were so happy to conquer Monterrey, but this has been an obstacle too far for them. Palmeiras players are gathered on the touchline all ready to salute. You'd have thought they'd won the final already. This is only the semi-final after all. And Ahly still want to give it a go. Still want to get a final blow in. Is that a penalty kick? The referee will be asked to have a look, maybe. The coach's arm is raised. The referee will stop the play. The man is down. That man who's been perhaps their player of the tournament, Mohamed Henny. We can have another look here as he gets into the area. There is the challenge. The referee Turpin will be taking instructions. Once again, he's had a busy second half, the Frenchman. There is a check for a possible penalty here. A potential foul on Henny. Looking from the referee's reaction, he's sort of moving away. I think he's going to say play on, which means that the check is complete. There was no penalty kick. There's no success for Ahly. This is Palmeiras' evening. They've atoned for their loss 12 months ago. A goal in each half. The one in the first from Rafael Veiga, the one in the second from Dudu, is good enough to send the South Americans through to the final of the FIFA Club World Cup in 2022. They've done it by 2-0, and they have beaten the African hopes Ahly. It was an extremely sporting contest, although Ahly did lose one of their defenders, Ayman Ashraf, to a red card, a rather rash red card as well. But look at that, the response from the Palmeiras players towards their supporters, who are very vocal in celebration, as you would have expected. It's a memorable night for the South American champions, who reached their first FIFA Club World Cup final at the second attempt. Beaten last year into 4th place after losing penalty shootout. This year they go through to play either Chelsea or Al Hilal in the final on Saturday.
A good game today.
Yeah, a bit difficult, especially in the last few minutes, because the last 30 minutes we got the rhythm. We were coming, getting a little bit of rhythm, with a little bit of a hope, but we let ourselves down with the red card, and really, that didn't help us. But they're a good team and they played well, you know. But we chased a little bit in the second half. We pushed a little bit forward, and it was not enough.
So
but we tried, yeah.
The team was able to come back, but the red card affected the team.
Yeah, but I don't want to blame the red card. Of course, everybody can see that it was a red card. My player lost a little bit discipline and left us with 10. When you leave us with 10, with 2-0, with a quality team like Palmeiras, it becomes a little bit of a problem.
Thank you.
But good team, they played well.
Of the FIFA Club World Cup UAE 2021 on 8th February 2022 is player number 23, Pirae from Palmeiras.
سيداتي والسادة، اختار علي بابا كلاود البطل اللاعب ليحصل على جائزة رجل هذه المباراة في رابع مباراة في بطولة كأس العالم للأندية بتاريخ 8/2/2022، وهو اللاعب رقم 23 من فريق بالميراس رافائيل ريغا.
Abel, primeiro passo foi dado, um Palmeiras contundente hoje. Você está satisfeito com a atuação da equipe? Os jogadores fizeram aquilo que você pediu?
Assim, isto é uma família. Nós aqui ganhamos todos juntos, perdemos todos juntos. Amanhã vão dizer que somos parabéns, fizemos as coisas todas muito bem feitas. Eu gosto na minha vida ter muito equilíbrio. Acho que foi isso que fez nós ganharmos hoje, respeitar o nosso adversário. Disse aos jogadores para desfrutar do jogo, para competir e para ganhar. Seguimos o plano, as coisas são muito claras, eu digo-lhes muito claramente aquilo que é preciso fazer depois, mas isso é só 30%. Os 70% têm a ver com uma força que não se vê, tem a ver com o caráter deles, com o espírito deles, com a entreajuda deles. Eu corro por mim, eu corro por ti e tu corres por mim. Acho que foi uma vitória justa de uma equipa inteligente, uma equipa que já ganhou muito, mas que perdeu também. A única coisa que estou contente é porque temos estado quase em todas as finais. Umas perdemos, outras ganhamos, mas é isso que nos dá a experiência para poder estar aqui novamente.
Bom, e agora como que é a preparação para a final?
Olha, é o David contra Golias. Não vamos... nunca vendi ilusões a ninguém. Falei muito antes. É verdade que vamos ver quem é o nosso adversário, mas vamos esperar para ver. Tudo indica. Eu conheço muito bem o treinador português. Posso-vos dizer que trabalhei com ele quando eu era treinador de júniores do Sporting Club Portugal. É um amigo. Falo do próximo jogo quando sair o adversário. O que nós tínhamos que fazer, o que nós controlámos está feito. Agora eu também já o disse antes de virmos para aqui, quando acreditamos e temos fé, tudo é possível, quer no desporto, quer na nossa vida.
Prefere Chelsea ou Hilal na final?
Eu prefiro estar na final como estamos e agora vamos desfrutar, vamos competir e temos um propósito que é ganhar.
كابتن قفشه هارد لك على هزيمه النهارده. انتوا لعبتوا بالميراس السنه اللي فاتت ولعبتوا المساعدي. السنه اللي فاتت كسبتوهم ضربات الجزاء والسنه دي خسرتوا 2-0. ايه الفرق بين ماتش السنه اللي فاتت والسنه دي؟
طبعا بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، الحمد لله على النتيجه. يعني مش مبسوطين طبعا وزعلانين عشان الجماهير ده راح زعلانه. بنتاسف للجماهير النادي الاهلي، كنا نفسنا نكسب عشان عايزين نلعب نهائي، كنا نفسنا نحقق حاجه في كاس العالم السنه دي، لكن مفيش نصيب. لسه بدري، احنا لسه جيل كويس ولاعيبه كويسه، وان شاء الله السنه الجايه نحقق بطوله افريقيا الثالثه ان شاء الله، عشان نلعب كاس عالم تاني ونحقق حاجه فيه ان شاء الله. الحمد لله على النتيجه النهارده، يعني مفيش توفيق بس الحمد لله، بقول لهم مبروك.
رغم الهزيمه 2-0 كنتوا بتحاولوا وجه جون وما اتحسبش، كان اوفسايد وحاولتوا لغايه اخر دقيقه، كان في امل ترجعوا في السكور برغم الهزيمه 2-0؟
طبعا انت عارف حضرتك النادي الاهلي نادي كبير بيلعب بالاخر دقيقه. طرد ايمن اشرف اثر معانا شويه، خسرانين 2-0 وطرد واحد، بنلعب ناقصين واحد، بنعمل مجهود كبير في جري اكتر، لكن كان نفسنا نبسط الجماهير النهارده، لكن مفيش نصيب، والحمد لله على النتيجه وببارك لهم برده، وان شاء الله نقدر نحقق المركز الثالث ان شاء الله في الماتش الجاي.
هارد لك.
Here they are then, the statistics of the evening, with Ahly actually edging the possession. They had more shots, 16-12, courtesy of much more pressure in the second half. 7 of those shots were on the net. Unfortunately, 1 red card shown this evening to Ayman Ashraf. The Egyptians also picked up 1 yellow card as well, Mohamed Afshar. So Palmeiras are going to play in Saturday night's final. All they need to know is whether it will be Al Hilal or Chelsea on the other side of that draw. As for Al Ahly, they will contest 3rd place, along with Monterrey from Mexico. Al Ahly came into the contest on the back of a victory over Monterrey. It was Palmeiras' debut this year, but keen to atone for a poor performance on their initial appearance in the Club World Cup 12 months ago, when they actually lost to Al Ahly on penalty kicks. Monterrey looked in more determined mood, however, and it was they who created the first chance and the first goal 6 minutes before the interval, and an emphatic strike from Rafael Veiga gave them an interval lead. In the second half, it was off to an explosive start, a delightful little touch there, and it opened the way for Dudu, who had an awful lot to do, but didn't he do it well? He took the pass in his stride from Veiga and went on and hammered in what would prove to be such a decisive blow. Joy for the supporters who'd made the journey from South America, but Al Ahly was still very much in this contest, and they certainly showed more purpose in the second half. Thought they'd got a goal back as well when substitute Sherry popped the ball into the net, but Clement Turpin, after consultation with the VAR, there we see it clearly offside Sherif before he took advantage of Weverton's error. And that was to prove crucial in the final outcome as well. That the new technology there proving extremely valuable and extremely accurate as well. And then it's got even worse for Al Ahly with this dismissal. A rash challenge from Ayman Ashraf on his return from Africa Cup of Nations duty. And he was shown a red card, so he wouldn't be able to play in the final in any event. After the referee from France had a look at the monitor, out came the yellow, out came the red to follow, and Ashraf's evening ended prematurely. But at the end of the evening, it is Palmeiras who are celebrating. The South Americans from Brazil have conquered Al Ahly by 2-0 and will play in the final.